he sent me one, right? It looked good. It looks fine. Apparently, this has like a fucking 3D process where I have to like install the screen using like a special
That's how
clear
everything
adhesive and
is.
shit. Bro, I haven't installed a screen protector in the last 10 years.
Wait, what kind of
Wait,
screen?
yeah,
Like
what
for your
kind of screen?
phone or for your computer?
It was for my phone, and I had to put this liquid on there, and hope gravity does the rest of the work. And usual gravity was not being dependable.
Why didn't he just send you a case that basically has a screen protector attached to it?
Well, because I want to keep my case, so he just sent me something that like you put your own screen over it. But I was thinking more of a film or like a cover, but that bitch sent me a straight up something that like I was missing with the liquid terminator on my phone.
I feel like that's kind of your fault. Just a little bit.
I follow the instructions, man. I read that shit 5 times, and this shit still wasn't working. And nothing worse when you follow the directions and the shit still ain't working.
Yeah, I'm like that pretty much all the time.
I watched the YouTube video. The dude did it so quick. I was like, man, fuck this shit. I'm just gonna grab me a film case.
That's the thing is, like, right there too, I don't, like, people always say, why don't you Google it? Why don't you watch somebody else do it? Sometimes I don't want to sit there the whole time, but they just like, oops, I fucked up, excuse me. I
He's
not
putting
even that.
together IKEA furniture.
If they fuck up, at least helps me because I at least know now, like, oh, that's why I'm doing. They're fucking up the same way I fucked up. Now let me learn how to correct the situation with them. But no, it's just, hey guys, I'm gonna show you how to install this the perfect way possible, the first time with no possible fuck ups or questions.
Yeah, no, it's fucking crazy. No, I don't like that shit, and that's why, like, I mean, dude, you know how many fucking computer issues I've actually made because following somebody else and they fuck. I'm like, oh, I fucked up. It's like, yeah, a tutorial on how to fuck up shit and then get it back. It's like I can't do that all the time. It's like, what the shit? So yeah, I get where you're coming from, but at the same time, it's a stupid people
You get
problem.
refunded from them, huh?
Yeah, yeah, but like that's the thing. That's where I understand where God's coming from. What?
You don't send shit back.
Oh, don't you dare! I've been telling Elgato constantly, over and over again, and what they do.
You
Come
just
back.
said you send them back to them and you get a refund. You don't send shit back.
No,
All
I
right,
know,
so
but they want you to fix it first. They didn't want to give you anything for.
Yeah,
like,
most of the time, like I basically had to hound your ass, basically do that. Otherwise, you would have just sat with multiple broken things.
look.
okay, so I have to admit something too. I'm not good at returning things either.
No, but it's a whole
What?
process, though.
I hate fucking dealing with the fucking return people. I hate having to find fucking receipts. I hate having to fucking find the VIN number. And then it just ends up to me just turning it into the store anyway. So why can't I just turn it into the store?
Yeah, and by the way, too,
I mean, if you spent more than $30 on something, you better be sending that shit back, or you basically better follow some instructions to make sure that shit works.
yeah, because here's the thing, though. And by the way, I like every time I write the word "don't," there's just an O that just wants to like go in and like do donut. Like I don't like donuts that much. You fucking keyboard, god damn it. But the thing is, though, is yeah, someone because
I made my autocorrect retarded.
yeah, I think so too, and even you as well. I think you're retarded, but it's all good. Because one thing about this too, with Jet, I gotta get mad at you and all girls, because all girls that we know, Ganja, you can admit with me on here, without getting in trouble, hopefully. But there's like a complete extreme in the opposite of us not returning shit, where y'all get clothes and return that shit all the fucking time. It's like I will never be able to go to a clothes store and feel okay that I haven't like that I'm not wearing something that somebody else wore. Mauricio's talking about, hey, you can't get a refund on shorts his mom bought. It's like, dude, like they're shorts. You
Well, I mean,
you saw them.
sometimes they do have something in process, like that basically you can't send back certain undergarments, so you can't send back underwear. I'm guessing you can't send back certain shorts either, because
Well, like sometimes though, people sometimes they don't actually like wear underwear with like a dress or a skirt or whatever. So you just gain full like ass contact. If they fart, it's on that fucking cloth.
Who's not wearing undergarments with a dress?
That
Somebody is.
There's a whole porn section. Like trust me, I know.
Yeah, porn.
But Jed, sometimes that happens though. Like just in regular, like
If you're wearing a dress with no panties on, you're gonna ruin the dress somehow. You're gonna get some sort of fucking discharge stain on it, or like some of your pussy hairs like get all on it. Like,
Well,
you
can we
should
call it
definitely wear a dress.
can we call it pussy juice and not discharge? Because you just make it sound way worse than what it
pussy
actually
juice
is.
kind of sounds worse too.
Well, that's what it is, discharge.
Yeah, but I don't know what discharge to me. I always take it as a medical term. Like, yo, there's an infection there. There's discharge coming out.
Oh yeah, like a zit and it pops.
Yeah.
Discharge. Ugh.
I don't have like good connotations with that word in the slightest.
Yeah.
So anyway, discharge is very acidic. So like that's why like you can't actually have pairs of panties for too long either, because like it's so acidic that basically it ends up eating your panties.
God
Really?
damn.
Damn, it eats your
Yeah.
panties? That's fucked
Well, I
up.
mean, yeah, it basically dissolves panties.
Do y'all realize that like most women, like if you look at like the biology of everything, they're kind of like just like those xenomorphs from Aliens. Like you got slime coming out that literally eats panties. Like that's basically like the acid shit from like the xenomorph. It's kind of cool. Like y'all should have comic books like just about y'all.
I'm just thinking, like, what is like making pussy juice aesthetic to the point that it's like burning Lenin down?
Yeah, maybe it's just a thing about the Lenin. Maybe it's just they make it bad. I will say I love women very much.
Yeah, cheap underwear could do that too. But like, all right, Jet. Question: if you got good underwear, though, is that a problem?
Yeah, expensive.
It does it. It basically does to all underwear.
Oh,
I
shit.
mean, you could get underwear that's basically more well put together and last longer, but eventually you got to throw that underwear out because no matter what, the discharge is basically going to get to it.
By the way, Cedric, no, I didn't say that women suck or anything. I'm just saying. By the way, xenomorph is better than human, so like that's a compliment. But my main thing is like it's kind of funny too because I always bring this up and I always get called weird afterwards. But it's almost like we spend so much time thinking that the shit that we do is gross. Maybe chicks dig that, and it's like, is that the same thing for girls? Like, Jed, do you girls look at each other, realize all the shit y'all go through? Like, are you guys kind of grossed out with each other? Like, dudes are grossed with each other, or is it different for y'all?
I mean, the thing is, every
Human.
girl goes through it
Yeah.
or whatever. So it's just like, if someone says they're on their period, most of the time we don't say, "Ew, my god, that's so fucking gross." We're just like, "Oh, do you need something to like put on your stomach? Do you need like these painkillers? Do you need me to run and get you like some like bananas or chocolate or something like that?" It doesn't really gross us out.
Yeah, because like my whole thing, fuck you, Cedric. No, because the thing is, I'm just thinking about like, guys. There's so many girls. Like, just our dicks alone is like so fucking disgusting, and yet like, girls will be like, "Oh God, I love when a man sweats, and I love when I like construction workers." Like,
It's the
dude,
pheromones.
yeah, right. Like, it's just like I don't know. Maybe maybe that's the case for.
But do
everybody.
guys not like when girls sweat?
No, that's the thing. I kind of like when girls sweat. So it's like,
There's a right
Oh, there's a
amount.
girl out there.
There's a right amount. Like, I don't want you sweating like goddamn. Like, we both walked like 200 miles in like the heated desert, and it's just moisture from just our sweat glands. But if you got like a little stick on you just because we were walking around, just like a little heat of the day, and I smell a little bit of that, woo, come here.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I don't know what I was gonna say.
No, because when girls have like a little bit of sweat on their head or whatever, like by their hair, I'm like, oh, that's kind of cute. Like, look at her, whatever. It's like, it is what it is. But when a guy does, it's like, like I don't know why. I guess it's just like you said, the pheromone thing. Guys just don't like guys. So anything that happens with a guy, it's like, ew. When a girl does it, like girls farting is like cute. When a dude farts, I want to beat your ass. Like I literally I don't care if it's an accident. Like you fucked up my moment. I was enjoying myself, not smelling farts. Now I'm smelling farts and I'm pissed off. So I don't know. That's a weird.
Oh no, you were
So you
laughing.
say you'd be fine with a girl letting loose a big old wet soggy fart like
Oh,
right
you're
next,
making it gross. I mean, a regular average ass fart, like a poop. Just a little.
like maybe like a period fart or something.
Oh,
There's a such thing as a period fart?
Yeah.
I never heard of that, and I'm kind of glad I didn't.
It's when
I
you
don't wanna
fart
hear
and
more.
then basically
All right.
like you
No.
asked.
Well, no, I asked if it was such a thing. I want to
It's
know
more
about
frequent if they use pads because this it's not more on the surface just being held up.
it. Oh, Jesus Christ!
It's like when you sneeze on your period and then blood like flows out.
This is all very unfortunate, y'all. Anyway, so
What is the show topic? Human health services, y'all.
yeah, you know what the show topic is? The fact that we don't have any show topics because tonight's gonna be a very very short show. But there's a couple things I want to bring up now, really quick. Ganja, while I'm like talking to people and shooting shit and everything, have you actually seen the Have a Good Trip trailer?
No, I have not.
Go watch that shit really quick, and then I'm just gonna chill with these guys and do my thing, and then we'll talk about.
I'm gonna go run off. Thank you, bro.
Yeah. And
What was the name of the title again? Because I almost put Good Trip, and that's gonna give me a different movie.
it's in our Google Docs. So Have a Good Trip. It's just like you just click on the link and then you'll be good.
Oh no, it's not a myth.
Wait, what are you saying? What was that myth?
I don't know if he's basically saying the sneezing or the farting thing. Both are real.
I thought the sneezing was a myth. I thought that was a fake thing that y'all just.
No, but especially when you're if you're sitting down and it happens, like you probably won't feel anything. But if you stand up and you sneeze, like that shit flows out.
Jesus Christ. Well, anyways, here's the thing though. While Ganja's doing his thing, I'm going to talk about something that I care very, very much about. And I want to bring this up ASAP. But there's this particular thing being made, man. Good old Transformers animated prequel in the works with the Toy Story 4 producer. Or no,
Why does it look like he's part Transformer, part furry?
because he looks kind of cool. Like, well, wait, the ears, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little cute, isn't it? I can't believe we just referred to Optimus Prime as fucking cute. Why are you doing this to me? But apparently Hollywood...
I didn't say cute. I said furry. You're the one that said cute.
Well, you know, furries are cute, by the way. Is that like a derogatory term? Are you going to be upset that they're called cute?
No.
You need to prefer, like, I want to be sexy. I want to be strong, not cute. It's like, yeah, I don't know who the
Optimus Prime with his persona.
Really quick, Gary's saying apparently the internet is still really bad in his area, and it's been like this for a week now. Oh man, hopefully everything gets better, dude. Yeah, especially with you playing so many games you play, man. That actually has to suck that you're going through that right now. But anyways, as I was saying, Hollywood Reporter. Apparently, if this thing would fucking change, I'm trying to show my goddamn furry transformer. There he is. But yeah, apparently Hollywood Reporter revealed that Josh Cooley, the director of Toy Story 4, and he was a screenwriter for Inside Out, I believe it was. But he's going to be doing the animated Transformers prequel. I don't know what the prequel is, by the way. Like, I don't know if it's a prequel to the movies, the live-action ones, or if it's a prequel to the entire story just in general. But the screenwriters for this now is apparently the guys who did the Ant-Man 2 movies. I think it's Gabriel Ferrari and Andrew Barr. Now, my whole thing I want to bring up here, because obviously we can't talk a whole lot about fucking Transformers right now. I mean, we don't know what this is about. And even if we did know, they're probably going to change it, and things are going to be kind of spun around as we continue waiting for the movie to come out. But Ant-Man, though, with these producers, these screenwriters, I'm going to be honest, and Jed, hopefully you can agree with me on here, because I feel like we feel pretty close when it comes to Marvel Studios films. I think Ant-Man everyone loved and talked about in a very positive light, but after there's been some time, can we just admit that those movies were not that good? Especially the sequel?
I like the first one quite a bit. The second one's kind of eh.
Mm-hmm.
I like Ant-Man as a character. I think he's one of the better Marvel characters there is.
Do you feel like you like that a little extra just because you just want another story instead of playing the same whole, like Captain America, Iron Man, Thor, the same old, you know what I mean? Do you think that's what
I don't
it
think
is?
so. I just think he's a decently written character.
God damn it.
It's actually fun.
So I'm trying to talk shit here. I thought we were going to be on the same side here, being like, oh, Ant-Man, no, that shit's bullshit, boo, 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 and people were...
So is acid the new drug now?
Well, we'll talk about that in a bit, yeah. But I'm glad you watched it, though. But with Ant-Man, though, yeah, like, because right now we're talking about basically Josh Cooley, Andrew Barr, and Gabriel Ferrari. Two of them actually worked on the Ant-Man series, and they're going to be working on this animated prequel for Transformers. Now I'm going to ask you, Ganja, the Ant-Man writing, for the, Ant-Man and the Wasp and the first one, what'd you feel about it after so many years has been removed from now and then?
I've never seen Ant-Man and Wasp. I've only seen the first one.
Mm-hmm.
And I appreciate what's going on. I like Paul Rudd's character. I like the aspect that was more grounded in reality. I like the fact that he was more of a working class hero in terms of, like, he honestly is going to steal something in order to try to make his life better. And it's a redemption story. I like that more in my heroes than just the more Captain America, standard goody two-shoes type of character. And I like that Ant-Man is kind of a good surrogate for the audience in terms of his excitement and just running into everything. And I think it's a good change from the character that was in the comic book series, because Ant-Man is notoriously an asshole.
Yeah.
He even hits his wife.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah, like there's like I think a few runs where he's abusive towards the Wasp. So for me to see a different like Ant-Man like Paul Rudd, which is so fun to have, and just like not a serious like almost Fantastic Four wannabe kind of character. Because you have a lot of problems with Marvel where they kind of created the same characters over and over again, just gave them different aesthetics and different character backgrounds, but they're essentially all either either Tony Stark, or they're Spider-Man, or they're fucking Captain America, or just a different variation of that. Whereas I feel like this actually gave him his own personality, and with Paul Rudd playing him, I felt like he had his own personality to the character, and I don't know, I like that Ant-Man.
Yeah, and somebody in the chat, I think it was Cedric, but when I brought up the fact that Josh Cooley worked on Toy Story 4 as well as Inside Out, I'm thinking that, I really hope that Josh Cooley isn't trying to do the same thing that Pixar always does with these animated movies where they're trying to make us cry, make adults and kids cry together. Oh god, this thing's so fucking depressing.
There's gonna be a sad moment where like Octagon, I almost said Octagon, holy shit.
Optimus Prime.
Optimus Prime. It's just laid out like he's dead, and you just hear a sad version. You got the
Pixar movie in the Octagon.
Yeah, during the UFC.
Power.
I haven't seen Inside Out. How about y'all? Jay, I'll ask you first. Have you seen Inside Out?
Yes, I have.
Do you feel like that? I mean, does that make you feel any more optimistic about Transformers, knowing that the guy who did that is doing this?
I mean, Inside Out was a well-made movie. It's not really one of my favorites. Even the sad moment there, like I couldn't really get myself into because didn't really like all the characters that much. But I mean, still was a well-made film, so maybe it has some hope for this.
Yeah, because I'm really hoping that they can bring something into this. But here's my issue though: is that every time like death or any kind of sad thing happens, it always has to do with Optimus Prime. And I feel like at this point, especially with the Michael Bay films, like I'm so sick of Optimus dying. He's died in every single like incarnation of the generation in a series, and Beast Wars, Beast.
Wait, is this going to be animated?
Yeah, this whole thing's gonna be animated.
Okay, it might actually turn out better then. Because I feel like Transformers would actually do a lot better just being animated movies. You can get away with a lot more shit.
That's what I feel too, and I feel like you look at Beast Wars. There was parts where there's a scene, there's a character named Dinobot. The episode's called Code of Hero. He actually dies in there. But to get the whole thing where it's like, oh my god, like these things are dangerous, instead of bleeding or any kind of oil or whatever like comes out of them like blood or guts or gore, because kids are watching this, they can't show that. So what they do is they have wires come out of the dude like their intestines. And it's so insane how they do this on the Beast Wars show, and even Beast Machines to a certain extent. And I'm like, okay, those were emotional points, but can we do the same thing here? Because obviously, social media and people being so like, I don't know, sensitive nowadays. Like, how can you even come out with something like this and it not like be censored to an extent? Not really censored, but just kind of like held back. But Ganja, how about you, man? Do you expect anything really emotional out of this, since the guy who did Inside Out's doing this?
Probably not. It might even just be a more of a time for fun run. But like honestly, I don't expect too much from the Transformers series because we kind of seen like a lot of iterations even through just the Michael Bay series and just different reboots and just like soft reboots and just honestly, man, I'm just kind of interested in what they're gonna do with it being more animated and if they're gonna fix the problem I have with the movies where sometimes the character animation in combat is so like metalized that I don't know who's fighting who. And you really get that problem in the first and second one. So if they correct that in the animation, just because they can do more like smoother animation transitions, who knows? It might even add towards the film. But it's a Transformers movie. Like it's kind of like when people get mad at different type of Marvel properties starring a different remix. Hell, people even were mad at the new Harley Quinn series before it dropped. So because it's something different, so just give it a chance.
Yeah. Now the next thing, this is the reason why I had you go and watch something for me really quick. And I already showed Jet this before we started the show. But one thing I can't stand about a lot of content that's getting put out nowadays, especially with something like Midnight Gospel or whatever, is that we're taking a lethargic approach of content creation by just having these painfully repeated, stupid fucking stories with these guys who are like, yo, man, I used to do drugs, and this is why I saw it. Oh, I go into another dimension, man, and all that crazy shit. Joe Rogan does this all the time. People make jokes about it. Like, what's that, DMT? Or what's the fucking...
Yo, bro, have you ever done DMT?
Yeah, it's like one of his like catchphrases at this point, right? And then you got this shit. Like, I think this is Nick Offerman. Is that right?
Yeah, it is. Essentially, it looks like it's trying to be one of those like a small documentary series where people like tell their trips and they animate over, similar to what you got with Midnight Gospel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm surprised they got Sting in here because he's actually a well-known artist in terms of music, but I don't know what they're trying to go with this because I'm just seeing a lot of like animation, a lot of like personal stories. So is this going to be like Drunk History, but with acid and people's like different stories, and when they tripped, are going to be animated, and it's going to be a kind of like a try to get you into the mindset of what they were experiencing on these drugs. Mm-hmm. And at that point, like there's thousands of web series that do that. Fucking Vice had one was a Party Hard series where they would interview stars and they would talk about their like most weird drug experience or moment doing hedonistic stuff as a celebrity, and it's fairly similar to what we're seeing here. And they even downright to the animation.
Yeah, I mean, one thing I want to bring up too, because you're talking about other people doing this. Midnight Gospel is obviously being one, but one thing that I remember, like, holy shit, like, why isn't more people bringing this up? But WWE Storytime. Basically, some of the stories that happens in wrestling that's the shit that the fans talk about the most is these guys have these road trips and crazy shit like
clip art animation.
It's all right. Look at that Stone Cold. Oh, look at me! I'm on TV, man. Ah.
It's like the clip arts they basically give you when you're doing a fucking school presentation and shit.
I did acid.
No, but these are coming out pretty fast too. Like, man, don't talk shit about wrestling, goddammit. This is cool.
I'm not. I'm talking about that ugly ass clip art part.
Hey, I'm not talking shit about it, man. I like fucking Camp WWE. Like, I sometimes can appreciate bad animation if I think it's funny.
Yeah, and I think this is funny because they try to go the more. I mean, they don't go like really deep with stuff. It's pretty, comedic stuff that they do. Matthew saying that go animate shit. I don't know,
Yeah,
man.
that's what I was thinking of. Yeah, it's some go animate shit.
But the thing is, though, like you'll see things like this done, and then I mean, it takes me back as far as like comparing it to something. Bebe's Kids. That whole story is just a stand-up bit that what's his name, Robin Harris, that he told, and I'm kind of like, yeah, we've been doing this for so long, but yet there's always like they change the way they do things to make it more creative and tell a story whether or not it's more real or less real, whatever the case may be. But you look at something like Midnight Gospel, and apparently there's shit from like for instance the second episode was with Dr. Drew that was recorded in 2016 and they just animated over it, and I'm kind of like like I don't know if that's actually a really cool thing. I mean, that interview they had with his mom, the one that made me burst into fucking tears, that was recorded a long time ago too. And I'm just kind of like, yeah, I'm not saying that they're just sitting on it and they're not giving a shit, but it is something to kind of bring up like it's kind of strange. And I'm looking at this. And, I mean, have you completely just ran out of good ideas with these stars coming over here? Hey, bro, like, I took this fucking thing, and I saw this, and it was crazy. And I'm like, yeah, you guys are way above this material. This is some shit that I'd rather just talk in after hours with Ganja, just chilling, or whatever the fuck. But, Jet, are you getting sick of this kind of stuff, too? I mean, is the drugs thing still entertaining you at all?
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this out there right now. There's a part in this trailer that really actually pissed me off because I was actually gonna be somewhat lenient on this until they said like, yeah, A-list celebrities. What?
Yeah.
Where?
Yeah, where?
It's where.
Except at the very, very end when we see Ben Stiller, and he's not A anymore.
This hasn't been A since the fucking early 2000s.
Yeah.
That was 20 fucking years ago. Him, A-list? That all you got?
Yeah.
Like,
Sarah Silverman? Maybe she was in a Pixar movie.
I don't think she.
Oh
I
no,
don't
she
think
wasn't.
A-list.
She was just in a Disney movie.
Yeah, there she is right there, and I honestly know she's not that big.
She's like B-C list.
All right,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna break down what's going on here. So people know me. I'm Ganja Guru. I'm a big part of the drug culture, and I came out of it. I'm actually starting to get more into left wing and political culture now. But and where I come from, and a lot of my credentials come from the drug culture and being part of the scenes and the different things that were going on in the early 2000s and late 2020s. But when it comes to what's going on right now, I feel like weed has lost its glam, especially with it being more casually used by even older people.
Yeah.
To like now, even like moms are using CBD and shit like that. Like it's really lost its danger factor and really lost its like cool factor to a certain extent. So I'm wondering what's going on right now with acid still having that danger factor. You're seeing the switch over to acid being the new counterculture drug. I say new in terms of like our generation, but it's the drug of the 60s and 70s. But it's Marisa, I hit DMT, bro. I went through the 2020s and the 2040s. Like, but like these acid shows, I don't like them too much because acid's not like weed. A lot of psychedelics, I kind of hate Joe Rogan for this as well. A lot of psychedelics are more powerful than your average bong hit. Even if, let's say, you have like a really hard trip on weed, you're going to come back eventually, and it's going to be much of a smoother comeback. Whereas I've had bad trips on fucking psychedelics and on mushrooms, and I didn't know if reality was real for a good 2 days afterward. And, like, that's scary for people that don't know what they're into. But, like, me, I, like, researched the drugs. I learned about mushrooms. I learned about their psychedelic effects. And I learned about these drugs before I took them. But a lot of people just, like, go to these parties and they'll hit up, like, fucking 5 grams of mushrooms and wonder why they talk to God the whole party. And don't realize why their brain ain't right ever since. So, like, I don't like that acid's being portrayed as this, like, very, like, simple party drug that anyone can take. It looks like they touch on it to a certain extent about what a bad trip is. But that's something that I feel like is kind of being, like, disingenuously sold here that, oh, you're more likely to have good trips than bad trips. I've had equal amounts.
Well, another thing too is like
and other psychedelics.
But here's the thing, and this is one thing that's like I don't believe like I believe somewhat in censor culture. I'm gonna be honest. I know I'm gonna lose a lot of fans just by saying that. People are not gonna like.
Well, we have I've talked about censoring hardcore racist shit.
Yeah, but I mean, I feel like at another point too is like okay, I have a few things with society that I cannot stand. Like for instance, I don't understand why still people are allowed to fuck underage girls, not underage girls, but of age girls are 18 to 21, your frontal lobe does not fully fucking grow till you're like 24. So you're letting kids drink booze and get high and fuck grown men. Like, it's weird. It's weird. And then you get situations like Netflix where it's like they're parental shit. And I'm not saying like let your parents be the bosses.
It's
of fucking
garbage,
everything.
bro. Come
Yeah,
on,
it's
now.
garbage. Every kid.
If anyone's gonna be your boss, it has to be your parents. That's like the only hierarchy system that's just because you need to learn.
And the thing is, all these websites are so puncturable. They're so easy to get into. Even the dark web, dude. When you're 10 years old, you can look at shit like. And I know like there's
I know my little brothers looked at porn.
Well, no, not even porn, but like, I mean, back in the day,
Dang, just calling his ass out.
Yeah, I call his little ass out, man. I look at porn. It's just one Google. You can accidentally look for porn.
Yeah. I'm trying to look for a fucking Vin Diesel movie and I see XXX sex scenes. But like another thing too, it's like back in the day there was a site we used to go to called Ron.com, and I know I'm like aging myself by saying that because people probably don't do that anymore. But you could see dead bodies, like freshly dead, like in a car wreck type of horrible shit. And I was a kid. And I didn't even have to like really try that hard to get to this site. It was like Ron.com, cool, boom, there it is.
That was the one that had industrial accidents too, because I saw when someone's hand got hit by those pork blades.
Yeah, or fucking tree trimming accidents and fucking oh dude, like the worst shit ever. And like it's so easily watchable that you're having kids grow up like before their teens and they got the fucking brain of someone who's been in a war. Like they've seen some fucked up shit. It messes your head up, man.
Thanks for the advertisement, Solidus. Yeah, if you really want to see that good shit now, you got to go to fucking here.
Yeah, don't do that, y'all. It's not saying.
I get what you're saying, but my thing with censorship is sometimes it's used more as a way to stifle educational programs than this. Like I guess Aesop Rock would kind of consider an A-list celebrity, I guess. No. So like all these celebrities, they are really famous and people want to know their stories and they want to know their opinions. The reason this would beat a censorship, even by your standards, is because people want to see the fantasy of celebrity culture. That's why every fucking celebrity fucking doc has them going through a drug phase or a part where they cheat on their wives or go through a hedonistic phase. People like to vicariously live through celebrities. And most people aren't going to do acid on their own selves. I hope not. At least not when I like some good friends around and a deep understanding of what the fuck you're doing. But the vast majority of people aren't going to do that shit. So they get a chance to live through Aesop Rocky shooting lightning at his dick. And just be like, yo, man, I couldn't imagine if I did acid and lightning shot out my pee-pee. So it's just a vicariously experiment. My thing is like Netflix has access to the youth culture. And the only reason I know this is because I am a result of that. The cannabis legalization movement was 100% pushed on Netflix, Facebook, YouTube, and just interpersonal conversations, and people having access to internet and deep research knowledge to what cannabis is. Even the people that don't like it, like you even mentioned that it's better than alcohol. You even know the fucking some facts about cannabis. We're even having a disagreement of its use and it being tolerated, but that wasn't there before. And I'm worried with this acid thing being it's not going to be it's going to be the same way where people are going to just do it because it's the new thing people want to do. Like, yo, bro, if you want to be a rebel, bro, you drop tabs.
Yeah, man, and that's the biggest thing too. Is like you brought it up. I mean, that's perfect.
Mostly, I want that shit legal for people that have huge depression because that can be used to help them break through their some of their psychological trauma in a therapy session.
Well, that's entirely subjective too, because at the same time, some people are like, well, it's calmed me from that, but now I'm paranoid that there's fucking people at my window, dog, like that kind of shit. Because I've seen people.
Well, no, but like in a therapy session, you have more of a chance to actually be helped and actually know what you're doing in terms of people like, oh, I'm gonna rock you through this bad trip so you don't have a psychological scarring from it. It's more protected unless, hey, I'm gonna drop two fucking acid tabs in the middle of EDC in front of this fucking carnival of lights. Mm-hmm. Like you're setting yourself up for more failure than you are if you're actually trying to use it to heal yourself, or as a therapist now recommended. So I'm worried about them fucking that shit up for them because when acid's used as a party drug, it has horrible ramifications, and you've seen that from the 60s and 70s blowout childs.
Yeah, and my whole thing, and I'm wondering if Jet's gonna agree with me on this because I know I've taken it so far already. But like, I feel like this is gonna make it cool to do acid. I think that kids watching this because
they're not gonna watch this shit.
You don't think so? Even with A$AP Rocky and fucking people like that on here, Sarah Silverman. I mean, these people are.
I don't think so. I don't think A$AP Rocky's enough to watch this.
Yeah, well, I hope not. Because I don't want that situation happening here. Like with Midnight Gospel, I feel like that was a nice ending to that show and everything too. But like when kids watch it, whoa, that looked cool. You can see that in real life. That sounds like fun, and no one wants to advertise that. No, it'll fuck you up too, you little dumb shit. Like there's too much of these things coming out on Netflix, and it's too fucking weird, and it's opening people up to be too like free with shit, man. Like same thing with Big Mouth. Like it's like it's about puberty and knowing sexuality and everything, and yet like they kind of normalize it so much where you look at something like Euphoria, or how do you say it? Euphoria? I don't know. It's on fucking HBO, but Peter Parker's fucking girlfriend's in there. But yeah, like that show. I mean, there's like it's like high school gangbangs in there, like in the first episode. Like I was like, okay, what the fuck? Like they normalize it to such an extent to tell a story that people can get into, but you're not realizing that people who are not already relating to this are going to want to try this shit out, and it's gonna fuck up a lot of people. And yeah, I don't know. Zendaya, thank you very much, sir. You did it for me. But yeah, have a good trip, y'all. It's a fucking show. It's coming out. I know Ganja's probably gonna watch it, but
well, no, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna laugh my ass off. But like, I recognize what to do it. It's a media company taking advantage of a subculture trend that's going on right now with a bunch of white hipsters that want to drop acid tabs all the time.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. I know it's been a very, very short show. And
I smoke weed like a patriotic American. Goddamn it.
No, but it's been a very, very short show. But honestly, I'm gonna be straight up. I feel like shit. I really, really do. I feel awful. I'd rather just go into the after hours, hang out with you guys. I know there's been a talk from one particular person, Mr. Mauricio, talking about like, why can't you guys get in there and just end the show and hang out? I would never do that because you told me to. But tonight, you are lucky. You're a very lucky man. We're gonna go in there and hang out with you guys.
You're lucky. He's so tired.
Yeah, I'm short as fuck. I'm tired as fuck, man. Goddamn, Ryan. I read his fucking thing and I said short as fuck. I'm not short as fuck. No, I know you're not gonna play Mauricio, but usually you'll be like, hey, can you guys like come in there and hang out? Tonight we'll for sure do it because I am a very, very sleepy Diaz. But with that said though, man, aside from this show, I know that there's another guy on this particular show who does things that last a lot longer than the 30-minute fucking podcast you got here today. Ganja, why don't you tell him where to find you?
You can check me out on the Metropolis Collective, where I host a little show called Mighty Podcast with the old host, Birdman Checkazine, as well as my new host, Ruthless Wonder. Go check us out. We talk about politics, talk about cultural stuff, talk about fucking Bernie fucking up, talk about Trump fucking up, as well as news updates. Make sure to go subscribe, like, and whatever the fuck you gotta do to go get our content.
Yeah.
Look at that eye. Look at that eye.
Look at that eye. Anyways, and also, Jet, why don't you tell people where to find you? You're a very, very crazy person, you.
So you can find me on my OnlyFans page.
No! Why do you have a I just learned something, by the way. You know that OnlyFans is not just porn?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then why is everyone making such a big deal about this shit?
So anyway, find me on my OnlyFans page. And on my Facebook.
Mm-hmm. Find her in the nostrils, right there. Oh my goodness, look at that.
My OnlyFans page is in the nostrils.
Which Looney Tunes character are you? Yeah, you are Lola Bunny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the old one, but the new one.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
There's a new one?
Yeah, that's the one that's shown in the right.
Oh, okay. I thought like that was the same one from Space Jam. Like, I don't know. That was just a Space Jam thing. I'm stupid. Anyways, with that said though, guys, we're gonna get the fuck out of here. So hang out with us in the Discord on the chat tag. You guys can find us over there. If not, you can go to our Facebook and you can see the link that we put up on that fucking thing. Hang out with us will be fun. Ooh, the music's playing. It's so loud though. So anyways, I got nothing else to say. Stay toasty, have to chat, and Ganja's a stoner. That's it.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Go watch Midnight Gospel. Go cry a little bit.
Or not cry.
No, or cry. You know, Jet didn't cry because she's not fucking human. That's what it is. What's wrong with you? How did you not cry at that last episode? It's a very emotional episode, Jet.
That was I didn't want to.
Very emotional. You know, that's my new goal. I'm going to find things to make you watch that's going to make you cry. We're doing that.
I mean, you can try.